Today, I want to talk about hell houses. We all know about these things, these church versions of haunted houses where you go from room to room, being scared, having the hell literally scared out of you, where you see scenes of abortions, gays, you name it, all these horrible depictions of everyone. And each and every single one of them, quite often, are, you know, blown out of proportion, or lies or misrepresentations. These are, of course, always the scariest and worst scenarios possible. They're all purposely for the simple purpose of converting people. It's not about entertainment, it's not about anything. It's about terrifying people about the world and telling them that, abusive husbands is because of sin and whatnot. Ignoring that many Christian families have many of these same problems. I'm not saying it's because you're Christian, I'm just saying, being Christian does not preclude people from being away from these problems. And I'm not quite sure, how spousal abuse or a kid committing suicide in school for depression or any of these other things are somehow supposed to relate to, needing Jesus. I mean, I guess the whole idea is that if you die because of these things, you go to hell, but I don't really see how, you know, being a Christian is supposed to solve these problems or fix these things necessarily. And it seems to me they're all about manipulating people into believing, not out of evidence or because something's true, but out of fear. And what does this gain? What good is fear? I guess it's the most effective way to convert people. But with most emotions, once they're gone, it can fail. There's this whole thing where people get converted at camps and stuff due to the strong emotions of excitement and feeling something. You feel God. And then when you go home, after a few days it wears off and you feel nothing. And you have to go back to church or camp to get that feeling. It's all because it's based upon emotions and feelings rather than something that can hold someone there. If you need fear to convert people to a religion, maybe there's problems with religion in general. Maybe the reasons to believe aren't that strong. Yes, there's theological arguments and other such things, but it's very unlikely, if ever, convert anyone. It's the other things, the strong emotions of love, fear, anger, all these things that convert people. Not these logical things, so they would have logical houses every Halloween, where you go in there and you'd see, people would explain to you all the great reasons to believe in God. I know I'm a bit overgeneralizing here, but this just seems to be something that's quite, especially if they're more fundamentalist churches, this whole idea of fear, moderates use love, but it's still using emotions rather than reasons to believe. And I just really find these hell houses disgusting and evil. There was one I've seen where this girl's mother dies with her and mother's dragged off to hell where the daughter's forced to cry. It's like the most horrible thing. And these are the things they're supposed to be showing to kids. They don't want kids seeing Friday the 13th for Nightmare on Elm Street. But I'll show them stuff I think are far more disgusting because they're meant to be reality, meant to terrify, not for entertainment, but for manipulation. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on these kind of things. Is there anything else similar to this? These little hell houses or anything like that you've seen with churches? Like, where do you stand on this kind of thing?